Hey everyone, welcome. It's Monday, which means it is time for the Troubleshooters. I am back in the comfortable lounge of this pub in virtual reality. We had a week off. Thank you all for that. Your boy had a recent change in position, and everybody came at him at once with requests to do things. And I went, yeah, I can't. No. But I had to catch up some other things. But we are back, and as you can tell, I am energized as usual. So thank you all for your patience, and glad to see you all back. We are on episode number 7. We have 5 more to go, which we will be taking a break for the holiday, for Christmas and New Year's as they fall in. We always take a 2-week break for that period of time, so just so we know it's coming up. Speaking of breaks, so go ahead and announce this. Thursday, for those of you who do not live in the land of bald eagles, guns, and American pie, it is Thanksgiving. And that means it's a big holiday. So Thursday night, our show normally would be A Knight's Ransom, but because we do have several players who will be enjoying the Thanksgiving holiday with their family, we will not be seeing that show Thursday. So just so you know, no stream Thursday night. Be aware, it's a thing that happens. Holidays, man, we love them. It's my favorite one. I was telling these guys, I've got my menu laid out. I've got all my stuff purchased. I've got everything down to like prep times and everything. I've got my turkey in the brine on Wednesday morning, and it'll brine until Thursday morning, and then it will come out of the brine into the boiling bag and go into roast in the bag. Oh man, yes. When it comes to Thursday, I do not play around. When it comes to Thanksgiving, also Thursday, I don't know. When it comes to Thanksgiving, I do not play around. I've got everything down to like, this is exactly what I'm going to do. Just ask me how long have I had my menu planned out? Go ahead, ask me. Let me hear that question.
How long have you had your menu planned out?
I'm so glad you asked. For 3 weeks now.
I love it.
Otter almost fell over. You were laughing backwards so much. Like I said, do I have a favorite holiday? Yes, I do, and Thanksgiving is its name. And it's only because I like to cook. So, anyways, back to what we were talking about. No show on Thursday. However, we do have shows tomorrow night and Wednesday night. Do we have one Wednesday night? Yes, we do have one Wednesday night. For some reason, I thought they were off this Wednesday, but I'm wrong. So we have tomorrow night and Wednesday night, and then we're back again Saturday and Sunday. Which, if you haven't caught up Varenheim, Varenheim and Falskellen Nights, those shows are fantastic. They are great. Go watch them if you haven't watched the VODs. Go check out the YouTube channel and check it out there, because I mean, JT is stellar. Trail and the crew from Sunday, everybody in both of those shows are fantastic. Not to take away from this one, but I'm going to praise somebody if they need praising, and trust me, those guys, they need the praising. So they're doing a great job. JT does change up some mechanics and things like that, so it's always interesting to see. So let's recap. A strange dream has afflicted our friend Moonin, showing his family, and some turmoil was there. More importantly, I think the team is ready after finding out that the calm that they had kind of rescued and had was a simulacrum, a false representation of the real calm, who they went and found? Question mark. Things and curiousnesses abound. They still haven't gotten off their butts to check out where that portal went to, even though they have the ability to. I am glaring at all 4 of you right now as hard as a... Wait, over the glasses. Disappointed dad look.
Oh, don't do that. That gives me anxiety.
How do you give your players anxiety? Just give them the disappointed dad look.
Or smile.
It's not that I'm angry. I'm just disappointed. This is fine. Anyways, a huge thanks as always to D&D Beyond for allowing us to use their tools. The Curriculum of Chaos is coming out in December. They moved it. It was supposed to be the end of November. They moved it to sometime in December. The really cool announcement from that one is the owl race that's going to be added in there, so you can go play an owl folk I don't remember the exact name of them. I have watched a heron gun being played. So I was telling these guys Sunday I play a Kenku Ranger. We have a Kenku, 2 Tabaxi, and a Harangon. There's not a human in the race. None of the typical races are in there. They're all animal folk. And he says this is the wildest thing. I said what happened was the 2 Tabaxis came together, and like always, they brought a cat and a mouse, or they brought a bird and a mouse as their presents to give to the DM. So, anyways, that's what's going on with the Curriculum of Chaos coming out soon. In the meantime, like I said, these guys have a portal to go to. I'm all over the place tonight, and it's like I've got ADD. Ooh, shiny. So, without further ado, then, without making more of a muck of this, let's get to tonight's episode of The Troubleshooters. Rain slashes against the outside of your makeshift operations base. It has been raining for the last couple of days. The skies have been dark even during the daytime. Gray and heavy, it's cold and wet. And now night has set on of day number 2 of this impromptu monsoon that's kind of shown up here. The door opens and closes as you all look up, and you can see Colm coming in. His coat, his coat turned up against the weather, a slack hat or a slouch hat on his head, kind of like one of the dock wearers would have on. He pulls it off and like shakes out the water. Well, everything seems to have gone quiet out there. A little too quiet, if you ask me. The Directorate are... I mean, there's still patrols, but it seems as though it's not as organized. If that makes any sort of sense. It's like they're not really sure what they're doing. They're just going through the motions, if you will. I think now would be the perfect time for us to try to abscond, either figure out where this portal goes once and for all, or leave the city, as it were. But, as we are no longer my subordinates, I'll leave that decision to you. And he shrugs off his coat, shakes some of the water off of it, and hangs it on the coat hook there.
One could likely lead to the other.
Very well could.
I think if we leave this town, we're probably not going to come back to the portal anytime soon. So we might as well look at it before we leave.
Moonin, how much information have you shared about your dream?
Haven't had a chance to. Spent the morning mumbling to myself, going over all of my arms and firearms.
Would you say that you're a little more taciturn than usual? You're a little quieter than norm?
Visibly so.
Without approaching you, you feel Colm's like concerned gaze kind of like drape over you.
Liss, Gej. Not sure how your magic works, but can you reach out to speak with anyone?
Liz just tilts her head and she goes, Are you asking if I with the spell that I spoke with Colm with, are you talking about like hell?
The one you used to reach out to Colm, can you reach out to anyone with that?
Be familiar with them.
I think so, as long as I'm familiar with them. But I feel like I would have. Me and Moonin are close enough that I might have met his family.
I doubt it.
Mm-mm. They may have briefly come up,
I think
but not a whole lot.
You have to be close with them.
If I were to share...
Yeah, you have to be familiar with the creature.
If I were to share a bunch of information on a person and show you them, do you think it could possibly work?
Certainly be more than happy to try. Is everything alright?
No. That thing I touched and absorbed came to me last night with, I'm not sure, a premonition or threat, maybe a bit of all of the above. But I think my family might be in a bad place. And I'm not sure whether to believe it or not. And they'll kind of wipe some water from their eyes.
We'll do what we can, Moonin. And if not, we'll take you home.
I will spend the next 10 minutes describing my father, Logi, and using minor illusion to give you a very good idea of what he looks like and try and fill in as much information as I can. I don't know how this
Moonin,
works, but...
Do they only speak Norwegian, or do they also speak Common or any other languages?
They do own a store. They're probably not super fluent in a lot of languages, but Common comes with the territory of the store. Might be a bit broken, but they'd understand it.
I'll help you how I can, Les, but it's probably best if you talk to them in their native tongue. That way everything's clear and understood.
She nods and she goes, "Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to try. What is it that you would like to say or ask? I have about 25 words that they can hear from me."
Well, they're gonna just... They'll have to believe you that you know me.
Do you have a nickname from your family?
Not really.
Do you have a nickname for your mother or father?
No. Ask if they're both healthy and well. I'm taking good care of the present Mom gave me.
She nods and she tries to do the thing with what he said in Norwegian and saying that Moonin says he's using the present well, and he wants to know if you're healthy and well.
And if I need to help her in any way, shape, or form, I'm more than happy to do so.
Give me a spell check. What I want you to do is roll a d20 and add your spell casting modifier to that roll.
That's an 11, so I don't think that's gonna work.
Do I need to roll to assist?
Not really anything you can do to assist. You can try it separately, though, if you have the spell.
I don't have sending locked and loaded, but I have access to it. So I'd have to take time to prepare it.
Let's see something here.
Alright, I rolled again, and it's now a 26.
Okay, so the first one's going to be a burned spell slot. This is also a burned spell slot. However, with the second go round, your message makes contact. I'm taking care of the gift Mother gave me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 8. What else did you want to say?
Are you healthy and whole?
Are
he
you
asked if you're
healthy and whole?
Moonin fears it might not be so.
So that's, what did I say, 8, that's 13. Moonin fears it might not be. So that was 20 words total. So, your message goes off. And there's a pause. And you hear a... Because they can respond, right?
Mm-hmm.
25 words.
Who is this?
Bliss grins and she goes, I got in contact with them, I think. But, they just asked me who this is. And, I think I can only do this once or twice more. So I can try it again, but there's no guarantee, because the first time I tried it, it didn't go through.
I don't really want to waste all of your spells of that caliber. I'm just a bit distraught. Whatever came to me last night shook me deeply.
She nods and she goes, well, here, how about this? Why don't we go look at the portal, decide if we're doing anything with the portal, and then, because it sounds like your parents are all right as of this moment, because they responded, or at least your father is all right as of this moment, because he responded, and then we make our way up there? Does that sound like a good plan to you?
Well, at least he's still up and about. At least for now.
Might take a bit of time to get a response, but we could send a telegraph.
The vision I got.
Thanks, Cat.
I was told that they are both sick and fading, but don't want each other to know it. We could, but I'd rather not stay in this town longer than we have to, given the last couple days. We should
Right.
probably at least get moving. Thank you for trying.
I can try again tomorrow as well. And again, like I said, I'm happy to try again today, but it takes a lot out of me.
Well, let's
now,
go
because
check
I've
out.
made so for the DM, since I have made contact once, would it be easier to make contact again, or would she not know this?
You don't know. Your thought is maybe.
Okay. Well, I think the telegraph is a good idea, and we can definitely try and see what we can do. But let's get a move on, and then we'll go up there because we've got nothing better to do. We'll need to see how far the directorate really has spread.
All right. So
Solemnly nod and gather up my firearms and ready to go.
all right. Anybody need any other preparation prior to venturing forth? All right.
Sorry.
Back underneath the streets of Liverpool. Back to the spot where you fought Peter. You can see the wall revealing the circle that is, carved out of stone and set into this wall. Holmes studies it, looks it over for a few minutes, reaches into his accordion case and pulls out a book, flips through it, puts it back in, pulls out another one, flips through there, puts that back and pulls out a different one. Was your friend able to tell us anything more about this? Or, Richard?
I'll be honest, I don't think I questioned him about it.
Interesting chap, that one.
Interesting, but he's done a lot to help.
No, yes, no, absolutely. Okay. We are correct. It's a teleportation circle. But it doesn't... Firstly, I can activate it. I know how. But I don't know where it goes. The directions on it are unclear as to where they might take us. So, we could end up somewhere warm and cozy. Like, I don't know, the Mediterranean. Or we could end up... Who knows? I'm willing to take the risk, if you all are.
Did you get a spark?
Depends on what's on the other side and where this takes us.
Moaning?
of shrugs.
So yes, no. I don't know if that's acquiescence.
Emrys.
I don't know. Ready to move along if everyone else is. I'll go with the group, I guess.
All right. Well, if there are no further objections, and he starts touching the individual, like there's these runes that are drawn on the carved stone. He starts touching each one of them. It's all very Stargate, adjacent. He starts seeing some light up. Eventually, all 6 of the major runes on this thing are lit up, and there is a hum, and then there is a shimmer of this kind of purplish-looking energy that swirls in the center of this circle. Right. See you all in a moment. And he kind of, for some reason, even he doesn't understand. He takes a deep breath like he's plunging into water before stepping in. There's no great splash. There's no tumultuous activation. It's just simply like him walking through one side of a doorway into another. He is there for a moment, and then he is gone. And still the purple portal spills and spins and spins. I take it there is no opposition everybody goes through, or is anybody hanging back?
Bye, Colm.
Someone has to hang back to tell the story. And then you break the portal to pieces. that would be so wrong.
Back home.
Bye,
Surprise.
Colm, and
You
just
were working with
smash
Peter
it.
the whole time.
Took us 3
That's what
episodes to get you to go first.
Well, tell your story.
Wrong.
The lies
And-
that come through.
And we go open a vineyard.
Yeah, but then the next big bad at the end of the whole entire campaign is going to be Calm coming back bigger and stronger than ever, and we're just crying.
No, he's just hurt. He's like, I trusted you.
He's like, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just disappointed.
Yes.
That's okay, we have wine. I'll forget.
I'll forget.
We should have
eventually,
titled.
But I don't drink.
We should have titled this one. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. It's only been said like several times already this night.
And
What's his name?
alright.
Moonin will just kind of look at everybody, sigh, and go through.
While
Eventually, I assume.
While that was all going on, him activating the portal, I would have actually liked to say something to Moonin.
Okay.
If that's acceptable for you. Gej would have turned to you, and on the other side of this portal, once we figure out what it is, what's going on, I can't speak for anyone else, but I'll definitely do everything within any power that Mars gives me to make sure that we can check on your family. And I'm sure Liz feels much the same. He'd be saying that kind of quietly. You're important to us. And what's important to you is also important to us. If you need anything at all, don't hesitate to ask. You understand?
Aye.
All right. And in you go. Each one of you steps through, and it is not a strange experience. You don't feel any weird pull against you. There's a slight resistance as you walk through it. And as you step through the other side, the first thing you notice is not the starkness of this room, this chamber, this place you're in. It is not the cold that seems to seep into everything. It is not the stone that seems to have been carved out of some ancient rock, shaped to the will of some architect long gone. It is a bank of screens. Not new fancy screens that are thin, but gigantic vacuum tube screens. Each one supported on a heavy steel mount, and you can see that there are 8 of them.
Have we found the architect?
Each one seems to display something innocuous. One of them shows a jungle. Another one shows what seems to be a town in Germany. Another one shows a town that you don't recognize. The people there dress funny. Their accents are weird. You can hear them. You see automobiles. You see buildings that are huge in this city. It's no place you recognize. You watch as another screen is showing a man on the screen that you don't recognize who he is. And he has that same funny accent. You see what appears to be a report on the war, even though it is past. You can even see that it says victory. And you see soldiers dressed in strange garb. Some of that looks familiar. You see British soldiers. You see Russian soldiers. And you see these soldiers that walk by with these weird patches that you've never seen. A series of stars and followed by stripes on their patches. Each screen seems to depict a different place. As you look around, and the screens just sort of flicker to another, after a few minutes they seem to flick to another one. Taking a good look around, pulling your eyes away from the monitors, you can look around and see that set between 2 statues. 4 sets of statues, you see sets of statues with matching doors. You see doors underneath them. The statues have their hands, reaching across one another so that their fingers are interlaced. You look at the profiles of these 2 statues as they come up. They again are more of a relief that's carved into the wall. 4 on each side. 4 sets of statues on each side. Doors that lead off to different places. The labels on them don't make much of a sense to you. One of them says E1 PAV. Another one says E2 EEV. So again, E1 PAV, E2 PEV, E3 PEL, E4 PAL.
PAL?
PAL, yes. Papa Alpha Lima.
Okay.
E5 NAI. E6 just says NAN.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'll see.
E7 says it's E7 is NWW. E8 only has the marking E8.
Thus. It's still.
My brain just wants E6 to have just a whole lot of nan bread behind the door. Just a room full of bread.
You should open it up as bread.
Bread man.
He is the gingerbread
Now,
man.
we can understand what's on the screens, but they're just in an odd accent, right?
Mm-hmm. They're speaking English, but it's like it sounds really weird. To the players, it sounds like us.
That sounds like Cajun French to the French.
Yes. I hate that example made sense to me. But yes. All right. Oh, and behind you, the portal you came through, it's still spinning. You can see the 6 runes there.
Well, that's good at least.
Liz looks at everyone and just goes, I don't know much about magic, but I don't think that we should be here. This does not seem like a good place to me. I say we go back and find Moonan's family.
Bolm, do you know anything? I'm sorry, Q, what?
No, I was just saying it gives you the magical heebie-jeebies.
Holm is staring at the screen. He's staring at the monitors.
Moving and talking films aren't a thing yet, are they? Would they be? I feel like. Hold on. This is the 40s. So I feel like
They have not come out as of yet. The first television system broadcast wasn't until September 7th of like 1927, but it was like this dude did a straight line broadcast to his television. It wasn't like the broadcast that we know of.
But,
So
like,
it's not like what Moon or what we are all currently looking at.
Yeah, this is this is all like new. Now, moving pictures have been out for some time. So like this looks like a theater screen that's been shrunk down. And when I say shrunk down, I don't want you to get the impression that they're like a small cathode ray tube television. They're still big fucking monitors, but they're smaller than a movie screen.
Liz, you're right. Well, it feels like we stumbled onto something that we're not supposed to know anything about.
Liz calls for Colm to see if he'll respond to like her voice, or is he like entranced by these things?
He seems to be entranced by them, but not ensorcelled. He's like
Focused.
right, because again, the silent film era ended in 1929. So like talking movies are not a thing.
Let alone color.
What's that?
Let alone color.
Oh,
she's gonna go.
Yeah, their color. Yeah, like a vague
She's
color.
gonna go up and like lightly touch his like shoulder to see if like he'll respond to her. Cause like at this point, she's ready to like knock him out and drag everyone back out to the portal. Like that's what she's like ready to do. So she's just going to like lightly like touch on his shoulder and be like, "Home."
Yeah, sorry, I've never seen such a thing before. I don't
Yes.
know where we are.
Neither do any of us. We, at least I, think we should just get out of here and just destroy the portal on our end of things.
I agree completely. We should definitely do that. I think we should get out. Don't think we should destroy this. There's no madness or illness or sickness that's come over me, but these are the outcomes of something. We've all witnessed this war. We've lived through it.
That's not the same though.
Right. And he actually touches the screen and you hear that thunk 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 of somebody tapping the glass of it. These people, do you hear them? What is that flag, that patch on their arm?
Never.
We can't, and his words are cut short by the sound of a door opening. E4 opens. And you see a man step out, and he is stomping his feet, and you see white on his jacket, and he shakes it. This big coat that he's wearing. He has on a pair of goggles that have a thin slit in them. And he pulls them up and puts them on his head. As he does, he again brushes snow off of himself. And he turns and he sees all of you, and he stops for a moment. He's a slightly pudgy man, probably in his early 50s. He has got the crown of hair with a few thin wisps that kind of like drag over. A really well groomed mustache that kind of comes out and twirls again a little bit. He has on some pieces of like equipment that hang on him. No weapon that you can see, but he just kind of stops and looks at all of you. Hello.
Hello?
I don't suppose you... I'm gonna go.
No, stay.
And
Stay.
no, I'm gonna just... And he starts to fumble with the doorknob. But he's got these thick gloves on. And he's like... He can't quite get it. Nope, I'm just gonna go. Any moment now,
Using
and
my inside voice, I would like to say in his head, I think you should stay.
I think there would have been gentler ways to stop him.
He just turns slowly to...
I mean, no one else heard me say that.
Yeah. No, I know.
Was that one of you?
What?
One of what? Who?
Said that in my head.
No need to yell. Calm down. We're not here to hurt you. We're just as lost as you are. Well, you're probably not lost. You seem to know where you're at, but we don't know where
lost.
we're at.
I know where I'm at.
Why don't you tell us where we're at? And what that is?
That is monitors. You are in my monitoring station. You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, you're telling us.
You're not Mr. Markham.
Mr. Markham.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Markham. Are you associates of Mr. Markham's? He's never had associates come through here ever before, so it might be something new that he's doing this time around. And now he starts to take his gloves off, and he's like, tucking them under his arm. He's like, so I was told by Mr. Markham, watch the monitors. If anything strange changes on them, I can feel free to go through the door to take a reading. And he starts to like look at one of the boxes that he has on his side. And he's like, okay, cool. The marking. Okay, so yeah, no, nothing's off. Everything's fine. You can't be here.
Can you describe Mr. Markham? Because we might know him by a different name.
Oh, describe Mr. Markham. There's the general term that we like to use, the break room, which is blood-curdling terrifying. But yeah, that's generally a good description of him. Dark hair, seems like he could stare a hole through you if you're not careful. Has this weird accent that kind of comes and goes. Markham.
I think you know him as Peter.
Neat.
Holds up a hand and uses minor illusion to make face of Peter.
Oh my god, did you just do that? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He runs over and you see him reach down to one of the boxes that is like hanging from his side, and he pulls out this little like it looks like the stub end of something, almost like a microphone. And he's like, oh my god. And he's like completely fascinated now. Oh my god, you guys are from Earth 8. Oh, this is so amazing. Okay. There was talk about making sure that this would take effect, but we never really thought about it actually having an effect. Oh my god. Oh.
Earth 8?
Oh, shit.
What does that mean?
Take a deep breath. Tell us your name, and we'll start back over. Is this the Mark that you know? Is this our Peter the same Mark?
That's definitely Daniel Markham. And you guys definitely shouldn't be here. There's something about the whole tearing of the fabric of reality because magic doesn't have a place, and that's why they tried it on Earth 8, but Hi. Howie is my name. Nice to meet all of you. You can't be here.
So you keep saying.
Heavy hand on shoulder. Inside voice, we are here now. So I think we need some information.
Yeah, I see that you're here now, and yeah, I'm sure you need some information. 1 second, okay? 1 second. And he like takes all the boxes, like these 2 boxes that he has on him, he takes and sets them down. And he kind of like runs over to the doors, and you see him take
my
something
hand
out of his...
is holding on
like,
to
he's like,
his shoulder.
as he tries to go, he's like, ugh. I want to lock the doors in case something happens.
I will flank him on the side that Moonin is not. Alright.
I've had a very bad morning, so I'm going to let you go.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go unlock that door.
Nope. Lock him.
Lock the
Not
door.
unlock.
Sorry, you
Lock
can
the
go
door.
lock the door. But let me tell you, I'm a very good shot. So, no funny business.
Right. And you watch as he goes through, and sure enough, he takes out what looks like a small card. And you watch as he runs them by the door, and you hear a beep and a kunk, a heavy sound. He does that 8 times.
Liz is just like, wait, are we sure we want to be locked in here? Is that the thing that we want before he finishes locking all of the doors?
What a solution.
The gate is open, and worst case, unless he has a quick way out of here, we have him and his possessions.
Okay, we're doing hostages now. That's cool. Well, hostages.
Oh,
All right.
we're doing
Yeah.
talking. We're not quite anywhere weird yet.
We're doing talking. Okay. So, hi.
Does Howie have the accent of the people on the TV?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No.
Okay. You guys, I wish I had more chairs to have everybody sit down. This is amazing stuff. Mr. Markham is like brilliant. Like genius level brilliant guy. Right? Some of us speculate that even though some of the you guys know what cloning is? Anyway, even though there's some laws against it, he still has like multiples of himself out there because he doesn't seem to get old. And I mean, I would say before I met you all that like magic isn't a thing, and he's just really using a really good skincare product. But now that I know that like you did a thing with the pow, that was awesome. Can you do anything else?
Cock's
Yes.
gun.
That one I'm familiar with. Okay, so you have a lot of questions, right? All right, so 1 second, and he goes over to beneath where like this little desk area is where those monitors are, and he pulls out like what looks to be like a box, but it's like small, and he opens it, and you can see different snack items in there, like food, but they're wrapped in plastic. But like not plastic, I mean like it's weird. He goes over and he starts laying them out, and he's like, okay, we're here in this like point in time that is removed from everything, right? That's where we're at. We're in this point in time. It's an extra dimensional space created through a lot of energy, and boom, here we are. There, and he points to the doors, are 8 points of entry into 8 different Earths. And you can be at those Earths. Unfortunately, you can't move backwards through them, nor can you move forward. You can only enter into the points at which they are at right now, right? But you can have these monitors that record it, and then they play it back so that you can watch what happens, but only in certain instances. It's like, it's hard. You can record the history of a certain thing. It's like always catching up with the wiki whenever it's like, I don't know, like 10 days behind and everything's already happened. Oh, it's like using Internet Explorer after using Chrome all the time. You guys don't get that joke. Okay, so anyways, there's the idea was...
Let's just pause this for a second. Howie, I feel like you have a lot of knowledge, but to let you know where we are, we're in whatever year we are. I think it's like 1920 something, right?
It's 1920. Mm-hmm.
We're in 1920
Yep.
on Earth 8, so I have no idea what you just said to me.
Why is he
Right.
talking about Wicca?
Real quick, Cap has received a point of luck for this encounter, and Moonin has received a player boon for cocking a gun instead of doing party tricks.
Question. I understand our situation, but why are we being so aggressive to him? Doesn't seem to be a threat yet. He just seems like a nerd.
Liz
I'm
hasn't
really
been
confused.
aggressive. She's just like,
Oh yeah, no, I'm pointedly staring at Moonin.
he's had a bad morning. He's allowed to be aggressive.
I don't know anything about that.
So
Do you understand any of this at all?
I'm curious, and for the record, I'm not holding a gun to this person. They just asked for another party trick, and I reached under and, like, chambered around in the pistol and then put it back in my... I'm not pointing a gun at this person.
Okay.
Party
All
trick.
I heard was cocking a gun, and I'm like,
No.
So-
I did the equivalent of chambering around in even the odds and then putting it back into the holster.
okay, that makes much more sense in my brain.
Okay.
Continue.
Yes. So I may be having a morning, but I'm not just standing here like, tell me what you know!
Where's Martha?
Why did you say that name? Anyways, right.
Oh,
So Mr. Markham and his team originally found one additional Earth, and then he found out how to replicate it and saw so many more. But he wanted to know if certain key factors in the history of these Earths were to be modified and changed, what effect it would have. And see, here's where shit gets really weird, guys. Because, like, for most parts, it changed a little bit here and there. The Americas, woohoo, we became the only superpower.
the where?
You guys don't have the Americas. No, that's right, Earth 8. You don't. The New World was settled violently. A lot of hatred and things happened. And eventually, they kind of like conquered everything.
Sorry to hear that. I liked it there. They were
Yeah,
nice
it's a
people.
beautiful place.
Yeah, I know, right? I sometimes sneak off in there and just to check out what Earth 8 looks like, especially because it's still so rugged in places. Oh, it's beautiful. But like I
No.
never actually see anybody doing the magic stuff. So,
Did you
With
say
Earth 8.
Mr. Markham released magic on World 8 just to see what would happen?
let me explain, because it's not that easy. So you guys call it the Librum Arcanum. Where I'm from, it's just called the Voynich Manuscript. This thing was found 1,000 more years ago, but like nobody could decipher it. The most technical stuff, either it was written backwards and like in a different language, or some people said it was UFOs, aliens, but it's not. It was a script, a cipher, and it was harder to decode than the Zodiac Killer stuff. But they did it. They
That's what I was
deciphered it.
trying to do with any of this.
But it was so rustic that by the time that we got our hands on it and discovered what it meant, our science was way more advanced than what they could do. So, having this space here, he decided to see what would happen if he just opened it up, gave it to somebody who didn't have the technological advancements. Man, I don't think anybody was prepared. Now, you don't get to, this isn't outsider stuff. Like, this isn't just Joe on the street knowing what was going on. This is only things that they know within the company.
Who's Joe, and how does he play into that?
No, Joe just means like anybody, like any average person on the street.
Like a John.
Maybe a Jim?
I don't think a John. That can't possibly be right.
I don't think a John means to you what it means to me, because
Is it like a Jill?
Sorry.
Or a Jane?
I think we're getting off the point here anyway, so...
I'm flexing that 10 intelligence, y'all.
Hard same. Man, do I am wishing for my wizard right now, because we would be having such a conversation, but Moonin is just sitting here like...
So much sand in the gears. The wheels are turning, but nothing's registering. This is cool as shit, though, Cap.
Yeah.
Thanks. So, anyways, they released that to you guys, but like in another one, they stopped the conquistadors from conquering South America and turning it into a shit show. That was an interesting turn of events. But anyways, how did you guys get here? You can't just walk in these doors. They're not a thing out there. You have to.
We did.
I mean,
Guys, there's a swirling
technically-
purple
I don't think it's
thing
a
in the
purple.
wall.
It's a portal.
Door.
Magic.
No. Science.
Magic.
Okay, right. I get it. To you guys, magic. To me, science.
Okay, science.
Science?
How do you explain it?
Minor illusion.
Okay.
And it's just going to be a pineapple. Science?
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that one.
Now it's an apple.
Flame.
Science?
Fire. Fire.
Okay, maybe magic. Anyways, you guys, you really cannot be here. Like, no one's seen Mr. Markham for a few days. We don't know what's going on. And it is a shit show on the upper levels. You dudes cannot be here at all. You're gonna have to, like, forget what you saw, go back through your portal, and live out the rest of your lives.
What if we go through one of those?
If you go through one of those, I will get fired, killed, and not necessarily in that order.
What if we take you with us through one of those doors?
No. Not permanently. Listen, you guys don't have fast food, the internet, computers.
Well, do you have to catch your food?
How fast can it be? You have guns.
See, I opened myself up to that one.
You
That was-
also
that was
run
my fault.
quickly where you're from.
Look at me. Look at me.
Just makes me think of the comic of, like, a bunch of apex predators watching a human run and like, why is he running? Is their food that fast?
If I run, it's because something's chasing me. Look, do I look like I run? The only thing that runs on me, the only thing that runs in my family is diabetes.
Oh.
Look at me. Oh.
Saw a bear run in the New World, and they're kind of, flubbery, and they run very fast. So why can't
They
you
climb
do-
pretty good too.
All I'm saying is you don't judge a book by its cover.
No, it's called fast food because they get it to you like fast. You go to a wall
So it's
and
a
you talk
magic
into it,
food wall.
and then you pull around. It's not magic.
Someone hunts your food for you then. That's what.
No, they cook it and prepare it for. I mean, somebody, I guess. No, they don't really hunt because you just raise the cattle and then you pow, they shoot
Well,
them in
they're
the head.
farmers.
I mean, at the far end, yes. So
I think we're getting off topic, and I still don't understand why we can't take you through one of the doors that have these fast food and internets.
as none of these doors behind me have the fast food or the internets.
And
Why
how do
do
you
have
get the
internet?
fast?
Wait, how
See
do
the
you?
purple swirly thingy that you guys walked through? Yeah, great. Thank you. You turned it to the wrong channel. Now I'm gonna re-punch in my coordinates.
So you have one of those too?
A what?
Purple swirly thing.
A purple swirly thing?
The portal.
Yeah, that one. And he walks over to it, and you watch as he like reaches up and touches the runes that were on there, and they turn off. It like goes away. As it dissipates, you can see that there is now an opening there that leads out into a hallway that seems to go left or right.
There went our portal.
I didn't know it did that until you guys showed me that. I just went through it. I was like, oh, that's a little eccentric, but whatever.
How are we supposed to go home now? That was our way home.
Oh, shit.
You
Sounds
fucked up,
like.
Howie.
Howie done fucked up. You done fucked up, Howie.
Well, about this fast food.
You guys like Taco Bell?
What's a taco, and what does it have to do with bells?
All four of us weird motherfuckers getting dropped into semi-modern times with fast food.
So an elf, an orc, a changeling, and a human walk into a Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, you guys look like you're right out of a comic book convention.
Actually,
I,
I'd like to
I
think
didn't
that
know
I'm
the
kind of
con was
okay.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just blend in wherever, Emirates.
Yeah.
Just find somebody and steal their pants.
Yeah.
You'll make a sport if you go around choking people with their pants in modern days.
Called the pants killer. I don't know.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Taco Bell and Denny's seems like the most pristine restaurant combination.
Take us to IHOP. Take us for a good breakfast.
International
If you are drunk or high at 3 a.m., Denny's is like Mecca.
As long as you don't mind waiting like 2 hours for your food because it's 4 a.m. and they don't want to be working either, it's great.
Jesus, JT.
Waffle Home.
Oh.
I want to go to the Waffle Home.
Well, Howie, what do we do now? Colm?
Liz looks over at Coleman, and she's just like, "You did memorize the one that got us here, right?"
Yes.
You right, Colm?
No.
That's not good.
A lot of this is above my understanding.
Same.
Howie. No one's seen Markham for a few days, you say? What was his last report in? I don't know. I don't get that information. I'm just a tech. I just watch this room.
I don't see how your surname is relevant.
Huh?
You're a tech.
No, I'm a technician. That's my job.
Is that like a tinkerer?
Sure.
Like an engineer. We have those.
More
Technician.
like an engineer. Thank you. Howard. Sorry, Howie. I would very much like to go back home. Through the way that I came. I would very much like to forget that I'd ever seen any of this. I'm going to use your door to take us home. And when I get to the other side, I'm going to destroy it. And calmly, frighteningly so, walks over and starts touching the runes in a certain way. We're leaving. The lot of us. The portal starts back up. He doesn't look over his shoulder, doesn't do anything. He opens up his accordion briefcase, and you watch as he just looks at it, and then closes it again, and then steps through the portal.
Well, it seems it's time for us to go. I will walk up to Howie and hold a hand out to, like, shake a hand.
Hey. He
Pull him in for a weird hug and try and pickpocket whatever I can out of his pockets before I walk away.
Sleight of hand.
Lovely.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
hey, buddy.
Dirty with that.
I'm okay at it. I'm pretty good at it. 17 plus 5.
Oh, nice. So 22.
22.
All right. So you quickly pick a few things out of the coat that he has on. As you pull him in for the hey, this is what we're doing. Oh, okay. Hey, nice to meet you. Weird talking in my head, dude.
That's okay. As I do so, I will just say to him, I'll make sure to ask Mr. Markham about you. May our paths cross again.
If you ever see Mr. Markham, you do not mention my name to him ever.
As I walk away, using inside voice, whatever you say, Howie.
I fucking hate that. Anybody else gonna torture poor Howie before you leave?
Just take his hand. I understood none of what you said, but I'm sure it was important. I'm leaving.
Okay. Bye, scary man.
Bliss smiles and she like holds out her hand for him to like hold out his hand as well. And as soon as he like holds out his hand, she casts prestidigitation and just like drops like a coin, like magically, like just like dropping a coin in his hand. And she's like, "Here's a little bit of magic," and she just smiles because like, she knows as soon as it goes through, she goes through the portal, it's gonna be gone.
Yeah. You walk through the portal and he's like, "Oh, shoom." And if you could hear it on the other side, you hear, "Oh." It's like, "Oh." Mercy, you gonna fuck with him at all?
I'm not gonna fuck with him. I want to be the last one through because I want to ask a question.
All right, everybody else has gone through.
Perfect. Howie,
Yeah.
you say magic was placed on our Earth? In our Earth?
He
Placed?
does air quotations placed. You're not sure what that means, but
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was placed, it was just that, like, explained. It was given, if you will.
Were more things given than just magic? Was a race given?
I don't know. I just know that magic was introduced. I don't know what effect it had on things. I mean, I don't think elves are natural anywhere else.
Do you know anything else of changelings, let's say?
Changelings have been like... How... I know we don't have a lot of time. But you know there's that saying that, like, some myths are born of truths? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Alright, so... changelings aren't like a new thing. They've been in history throughout the ages. So my friends and I play this really cool board game, or this really cool game, a lot of dice and stuff. Anyways, there's like a lot of it's based on lore of other places, and one of the things that is like, we take a lot of the things that happen in this game based off of myth and lore and legend. So, I don't know. It's D&D!
Sorry.
Hang on, I broke myself. Oh, okay. So, I don't know. Maybe you changelings have been there all along. Why do you ask?
Curiosity, I guess.
Cool.
And I'll hold my hand out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll shake it. Just a kind of loose touch. It's not like any sort of grip. And I'll be like, it's not like a tight grip. No, I've got, I almost said thin hands, and that's not what I'm going for. Delicate is the word I'm looking for.
Good. Thin hands. Nope. That is the description from now on.
No.
It would have been.
thin hands.
Imris says I can't wear gloves because of my thin hands.
My thin hands, they need to be hurt. God, no, delicate.
Nah, I like thin better.
I didn't mean to.
My question is, does everybody else picture it like they're squares, but they're like thin, or like long and thin?
Long and thin. Like at
I
least
picture
double.
it like paper thin, like translucent almost. That's what I picture.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I like wiggle my hands. They make like that that sound when you, like they make like that fucking. thunder
It's
sound.
you look
They
like
make
your
the
hands.
stop card sound.
Windbreaker noises.
Your hands look like a Guillermo del Toro nightmare vision.
Perfect.
Like Pan.
Yup.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Great movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All you had to do was not touch the food. That's all you had to do.
Yep. So he shakes your hand.
Perfect.
Gently.
Yeah. I'll my name I don't think we did introductions besides just you. I'm Emrys. And I'll briefly show him his face on mine and then back out.
Thank you for your name. Turns into Howie and goes through portal.
I'm gonna make a deal with the Fae with this.
Oh,
No.
I'm dead.
I hope you like leprechauns.
I'm not a fan of Lucky Charms, man. Anyways, as you step through, Colm is standing on the other side. His
If you'd allow
shoulders
it,
are.
I'll just shit back too. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. As you all look, his shoulders are down. The accordion bag is sitting on the ground next to him. His fists in their brown leather gloves are balled up.
So, was it a good thing that we didn't tell him we killed his boss? Or should we have told him that? Is that something we should have relayed?
I don't know. I mean, I look guilty enough for all of it. If he would have known, he would have guessed it. But you know,
What did I
it
get
seems
out of
like
his
there's
pockets?
multiples of them.
You have on a strand of some sort of weird material a card, the very card that he used to touch all those doors, on a lanyard. So you have a key card on a lanyard. You also have a weird set of keys. Like, one of them is long and it's like the teeth are the same on both sides, as opposed to being like a house key. It looks more like it's long and the teeth are the same, and it's attached to a big chunky piece of material, and it's got like a weird stylized circle with what looks to be like either a bird's wings or maybe an M. Kind of a weird thing. For those of you who aren't familiar, it's a key to a Mazda. along with the keys that are attached to it.
I'm just putting Mazda key.
Yeah, you put Howie's house keys.
Weird
He
set
took his
of
house
keys.
key, his Mazda key, and the key to his mailbox at his apartment.
We
Just
just
messed
stole
this
this
man
man's
up for
life.
life. You just messed this man's life up for forever. That's it.
Try and explain that to your landlord, Howie. So, I think my keys are on another Earth?
So,
Possibly?
strange thing. You know how we were all given those like specific lanyards and key cards that let us get in and out of the building? Funny thing, I think mine's back on Earth 8. Howie, this is the 4th time this week. We've had to write you up now. We're gonna have to let you go. As he's leaving the building with his small belongings in a box, he gets to his car and realizes he doesn't have his house key, his car keys, anything else like that. Because along with that, now not only has he been fired, he's met people from Earth 8, and he doesn't have his house keys or car keys. He's just like...
We have both made and ruined his day.
I'm
And
not
somewhere-
saying I'm not we. I'm very
Thunder.
sorry. That's you, my friend.
Thunder starts to like roll in. As he's just like...
Standing
Of
outside
course.
his car.
Well,
Of
I
course.
say we because he doesn't know who took them. But no.
He's like peering into it. Maybe I locked him inside. Anyways, if you guys don't mind, we're going to take a quick break. Let's take 10 minutes and then we'll come back.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll see you all back in about, let's say 45. Okay? 45 after, or 15 till, however you want to look at that. And then we'll be right back. See you guys soon. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you. It was a little longer than I meant for it to be, but we're okay. Everybody survived. For those of you who are just catching up, they went through a portal. And in that portal were a bunch of monitors. Old school stuff. What they were monitoring different variations of Earth. Well, with some extra coding on some of them.
We
Exception
found
of
out
one
we
of
were
them.
from Earth 8.
They found out that they were from that one door, E8, Earth 8. How many more Earths are there? No. They also ruined some poor guy's life by taking his key card and his house key and car key.
To be fair, I don't know what any of these are. I just know that these kind of look like keys.
And to be fair, he's probably not a recurring character, so you're good.
Probably. There's ambiguity there. Yeah.
I mean, we are now familiar with Howie, I believe.
We can antagonize him.
Oh, you're gonna use message on poor Howie?
Yeah.
Messed
Why
up.
not?
Hey, bud,
It's messed up.
just checking in. How's it going?
Except for one thing. Remember, message can't work across different dimensions.
Sending has a 5% chance of failure across planes.
Okay.
It might not make it there, but it might make it there. If,
He's just trying to look. He's been on the dating websites. He has a nice date with some young lady who happens to be into D&D. She loves Lord of the Rings. God, I'm doing a lot of self-insertion here. Anyways, it's pudgy. I have more hair. I have more hair than Howie did, but not a whole lot more. Anyways, he's sitting there at his dinner, and all of a sudden he hears in his head, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?" He just can't have fun ever again. Thanks to you guys.
Well, at least it wouldn't be my voice, because I was the one already in his head. It would be one of the clerics.
Yeah,
It's me. He called me scary.
yeah.
Like, hey, bud, how you doing?
this Irish accent. He's like, "Hang on, I think something's coming through my fillings." Oh my
Lish
god.
just wants to spread just a little bit of magic in his days. Come on now, it'll be fine.
The only message he receives is, "Hey, is this working? There's now magic in your head." And that's it.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
What you wearing?
Funny enough, so that when Emily and I are like hanging out or something, I'll just go, "Baby." She starts laughing. She's like, "What?" It's like, "I love you."
Okay.
I do that shit when we're at Walmart though. She's just like, "Oh my god, why are you this way?"
Remember,
Irritating me.
you picked
Trauma.
this. You picked
You
this.
signed
right.
up for this.
Literally, she liked me first, so there you go.
Honestly,
Okay.
I feel like if at least once a day your significant other at a particular moment is not asking you what the hell is wrong with you, you're not living your life to the fullest.
So my question is it you asking your significant other, or is he asking you? He's asking you. Yes is the right answer.
Yes.
Voodoo, I sent Kyle the picture of the so I don't. Partner tries to tell you to take your Buzz Lightyear space Crocs off for sex, and he just goes gross.
You don't leave your space Crocs on in sports mode for sexy time?
Sports mode, obviously.
Literally.
I think you broke Cap.
I should have been paying
You
attention
know-
if you were drinking.
Coffee doesn't feel great out the nose.
My apologies, Cat.
Okay. I didn't come out the nose.
That's okay. The other day I was making cookies, and he was in the shower, and I went to get in the shower after him, and he goes, did you eat any of the cookies before you put them in the oven? And I went, no. And he goes, it's on your face. You're like a whole-grown toddler with full-size tits. And I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
To be fair, they were not cookies at the time, so I did in fact
They were
answer your
cookie
question
dough.
truthfully.
I did not lie. They were not cookies. They were cookie dough.
They were.
Let the
Oh my
rec-
god! No, I did have a mouthful of coffee. You
I'm
said
sorry.
that. Luckily, I still had the cup up.
All I saw was Cap lean in and go bright red. Oh, okay. Well, welcome back, everybody. We're just here for some giggles real quick.
Sports mode. Oh man.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Sometimes you
I'm
just
Use it for
need
that
extra traction.
Come on.
I am literally crying right now.
I have peaked in life. I can leave now.
I'm out, folks.
But yeah, now for next time, they were not cookies yet.
Oh my god. that
Okay,
was
so
good.
how is our buddy Colm? Because we left with him being not so happy looking.
It was all a lie. It feels like everything, even though it was real and it happened, and I've grown to know that everything that you had up until this point has been nothing but a manufactured scape of things. A well thought out plan, a well crafted plan, and the person that we've been tracking down and butting heads with is the architect for all of this. And where does that leave me? What does that leave us? What does that leave the directorate? When I was in that place, I reached into the bag. Do you know what I had in my bag? Nothing. That's right. Nothing. Not a thing.
So your magic didn't work?
There's no connection to it. Could it?
Mine did.
Certainly. Yours isn't a bag that has an anchor point in this place.
Wait. Your bag has a place here that just has all of your stuff in like a room? Like, is there like a little shack out in the middle of the woods that's just like Colm's stuff?
No, not a shack in the woods.
I don't know how that works.
A building. A building off of a street in London that looks like a ramshackle apartment.
So we could walk
It's actually
into
all
your
over.
bag?
You could walk into the bag. No. It's not like I'm reaching into the bag and then into the room. It's just that it's anchored there. I still have to think about things and then have them appear. But they're there. Hi, Charlie. I can hear him. He's out in the other room. In that moment, when we were in that other place, that connection was gone. It wasn't there. It didn't exist.
Liz sort of shrugs her shoulders and goes, I assume it's probably the same way that I can't technically go home. So, I can't grab anything from my original home. So I assume it's probably the same matter. But I mean, if we had been stuck there, it would have been fine. We would have started over.
It's not about being stuck there. Do you realize the only reason that you all, specifically Gage, Emrys, Ulyss, the only reason that you are in this place and you exist here is because someone thought it would be fun to manipulate the events of history.
I gathered that, but I haven't had a terrible life here, and this is real to me, and this is all I've ever known, and all I probably will ever know. So it's fine to me. I'm not having this existential dread that you seem to be having.
They've just told me that the enemy that we've been tracking down crafted this. What isn't to say that everything he has done and everything that has happened to us and this world haven't been fine-tuned by him? How many Howies and how many rooms were there? How many places did he have his hands extended out to?
Liz shrugs her shoulders and just goes, I hope we will never know, considering that if for some reason people find out that we are the one to get rid of him, it probably will not be pleasant for us.
And that leads us to the next question. Do we deal with him? Do we do anything? Do we recognize that this is a grand scheme that is outside of our own control? Does it take away any sort of meaning of self-purpose? And yes, I get it. We've had a wonderful life. Oh, but that war bit. But do you understand what I'm saying? That it takes away from that agency that we've had.
Is there anything that you wish that you could do in your life that you feel like you haven't done or won't do because of this new knowledge?
I don't know.
Always
I need some time to consider this.
What if it's all a lie? I don't know a lot of the technical know-how of the conversation we just went through, but we also have witnessed in real time how quickly influence and manipulation has taken place here. What if that's simply a larger scale? Maybe Daniel Markham is just another guise and manipulation of Mr. Anderson.
Are you saying that this is a manipulation of another environment that might have been manipulated to begin with? Oh, that's too deep for me. I think I need a drink. I need some time to think.
I think we all need a drink. But who knows? It could go deeper than surface. He's controlling everything. He certainly has wrapped World 8, or at least this part of World 8, in his grasp in a very short period of time. And if he's had even longer than that, it wouldn't be far-fetched that he has roots elsewhere. However manipulated they may be. I don't know. It's just a shot in the dark, but today has been a lot. Today has been a lot.
I think the best thing that we should do is you should go and check on your family. We can't really do much with this anyways.
It helps in a way to think about it. I was raised Catholic. If it's all planned to happen like it is, then shit, we might as well think of ourselves as this man's Judas. As if he intended for us to kill him. Maybe he set us free. Who knows?
Going from the teachings back home, the world tree has many branches. It's not that far-fetched that there could be other places like here out there.
Only if that
Right.
makes it easier to swallow. That's what's making the most sense to me right now.
But are we destroying this? Are we leaving? How are we getting out of town? Have you ever seen a key like this before? And I hold up the Mazda key.
I have not seen a key like that before.
Interesting. It has little wings on it. You can go one of several ways home from here. My suggestion would be to go north and take a steamer boat across the waters.
Will you be coming with us?
I don't believe I shall.
And what will you do?
I think I'll be doing some soul searching of my own, thank you.
Was your plan still to dismantle the directorate, or is that also somewhere else on your docket until you decide what you want to do?
I think that I will decide what to do at a later point. For now, I just need some time to think.
She nods and she goes, "Well, you know how to get a hold of us."
Indeed I do.
You'll be careful though, right?
As ever.
Why'd you do that?
My suggestion would be to head to probably Yorkshire. From Yorkshire, you can take a train or a steamer out of there. Probably Scarborough.
Oh! Colm!
Yes.
Is there any way you could identify this for me before we split ways? I have been carrying this sliver of polished wood for like a season plus. What is this?
I forgot you had a wand on you.
I forgot I did too. I was looking at my inventory. It's like, oh hey, What is this?
What was I even gonna make that?
I have no idea. I could tell you it's a sliver of polished wood, and that's all I know.
He looks at it and nods his head. Yes, I can do that for you.
What if that's
Give
all
me-
that it is just wood? It's just a nice piece of wood that he
It's
picked
just
up.
it's an arcane focus.
It's
just
a really well polished table leg, and that's it.
It's like when one of the kids brings me like a really cool rock. It's just, look at this really cool rock I found. It's awesome.
Come on. What do we got?
Let's make it.
Part of me's just waiting for like a pun. A pun wand. Like, here, have a wand of smiles.
I actually thought about that for a minute.
You look like you're having a bad day. Make a wisdom save.
But it gives you like the most rictus looking smile.
Yep.
It's just terrifying.
You're forced to smile for what is it, like a minute?
Mm-hmm.
That's awful.
That is worrisome. It is not a wand of wonder. It is definitely not that, because that is not just a sliver of polished wood. It is a wand of secret doors. Wand of secrets.
Wand of secrets.
Secret tunnel.
Yep. It has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges. It is in the DM's guide. You can find it in there.
Okay, yep, it's I got it. Boop.
As he hands it back to you, explaining what it is, he looks at you and says, Right, I still have the other part of the sending stones. I'll be in touch.
Please do.
Did he have the other part?
He never took it back from him, so he had the other part.
Okay. Lovely.
So he leaves. You can see him. He lifts the bag, but he holds it. It seems like it has more weight than usual. He sort of holds it just kind of like down at his side as he walks away. Sad walking away sounds. Anyways, as Colm departs.
Sorry.
How
I
dare
take it you guys are going to disperse momentarily to the to your base of operations, the textile business.
Probably
As you
a good
do,
place to start.
when you arrive, you see that the place is dim because there's nobody inside. Richard is not there to work the shop, as it were. However, there is a small bundle of bills that is wrapped in a piece of paper. And it's sitting on the countertop. The note inside says, "Sorry I left abruptly. I understand that sometimes I forget to dole out compensation. Hopefully this will cover any of your travel costs. With all my heart, Colm."
What a dog.
And it is about $300, which is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That should book you passage on a really nice room inside of a steamer, and should get you guys nice accommodations. Hand waving. You definitely take a train out of Liverpool across England to Yorkshire, where you go into Scarborough. It is a nice, large town, and you are able to book passage on a steamer as you set out across part of the North Sea toward Norway, heading into unknown territories. That's what we're going to call it tonight. Next week, yes, there'll be a show next week. Granted, all these good people are with me again. And even if they're not, there'll be something going on. I guarantee it. Next week, we will take place in Norway. Their trip cutting across the North Sea, having been over, they set foot onto familiar grounds for some of them. In the meantime, I would like to thank all of my wonderful players, even the one that's not on camera. I'm staring dead at you, Q. No, I'm kidding. Thank you to Otter for running the operations there in the background. A huge thanks to Q for hosting the video there. Big thanks to both Voodoo and Vixen. I almost said both of the and then your first names, but anyways, big thanks to Voodoo and Vixen for their part tonight in this show. Couldn't do this without you guys. Wouldn't be that much fun. Anyways, thanks to everybody who came out and watched us this evening. It has been a lot of fun. Hi, Charlie. I'll show you how the green screen works when we're off camera. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget, no show on Thursday night because it is Thanksgiving, so go enjoy that. I want to give thanks to all of the viewers, all the supporters, all of the players, all of the DMs, and everybody out there for making Dire Bear what it is. I really appreciate all of you guys. And then don't forget, Jason is tomorrow. He has World at War with Scion. They're getting very close to the end. I think I know what they're playing next. I got to go back and read all of their bulk text to figure out what it is he's playing next. But look forward to his games because it's always something different and it's always something new.
From what I understand, I think they're ending right around the beginning of next month, so they're getting real close.
Yeah, they're like on the last ones, and it's a really good show. Jason is an amazing storyteller. So check that out. Don't forget Wednesday night. Man, I'm telling you right now, JT, chef's kiss. It's amazing to watch him do things. So guys, go check that out. Same thing for all of the DMs. We're really grateful to have all of them. And yeah, until next week, take care of yourselves. We will see you then. Good night, everyone.
And stay tuned after the song. We're going to do a raid.
Oh, that's right, a raid.